What's happening, YouTube? It's been a minute. Trust me, things will get more frequent on this channel. We're in the home stretch of me getting ready for Alex. So if you're not paying attention, Chance and Derek are long gone. They're an afterthought. They can do whatever they want to do, but they will not be at Arm Wars. So it's just me and Alex Kurdecha on the first day of the event, which is right at the start of October. Watch for the schedule to come out. First day of the event, I'm pulling Alex right-handed. Second day of the event, I'm pulling Alex left-handed. So that's going to be exciting. The training is winding down, although for my peak, it'll be intense for another couple of weeks, and then lots of blood flow, lots of recovery, because the main thing for this one is to make sure I'm fully recovered. But that's not what we're talking about here today. I want to talk about a reaction video. First of all, we're talking the Levan Dave Chaffee match. First thing I want to say is, Igor, for God's sake, man, get some better equipment, tested, ready to roll, so that when the 3-2-1 comes, the whole thing doesn't crash and we wait an hour. And then we wait an hour and we think we're going to miss something, because the only two matches we're aware of are the Dan Mosier match and the Dave Chaffee Levan match. We didn't realize we had to sit through 4 hours of a bunch of guys that the North American audience hasn't heard of. And it seems like you're following the boxing model, where there is a main event, maybe a co-main event, and then we don't talk about these other guys at all. Advertise the whole card, so at least we know what we're getting into. Follow a UFC model, not a boxing model. That's my advice to you. And my God, man, like, who has 5 hours to do all this stuff? So I'm sitting there watching it, and every 10 seconds it's freezing. And as it gets closer to the main event, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I eventually shut it off. Like, I couldn't watch the Mosier match. They'd be setting up, it'd freeze, come back, and it would be 1-0. So I shut it off. I couldn't watch Chaffee Levan. I watched the highlights, because immediately started getting posted on Instagram, on YouTube. Levan is at another level. So was his performance against Dave Chaffee as impressive as Devon Larratt against Michael Todd? I don't think it was, but it is very clear to me that Levan is ahead of every arm wrestler in the world except for one guy. Now, you probably know what I'm going to say. It's not Vitaly Laletin. It's not any of those guys that Levan has been going against for the past few years. And I've seen all the commentary about should there be another weight class for Levan. And then what? And then what? You put like a 350 and over class? There's like 4 guys in the world, and none of them are close to Levan in that either. Not the Levan that we see now. The WAF Levan, I mean, he's beatable. But this guy is next level. Dennis can't beat him. So the one guy in the one match, and the only match for him, I'm sorry to say to everybody, this is it, is Devon Larratt. And it's Super Devon. It's not the Devon Larratt that shows up at 250. It is the 300-pound Devon Larratt. It has to be the guy that showed up for Michael Todd, and not necessarily even like not one iota lesser of a Devon Larratt. We need to see at least that Devon Larratt, potentially even a better version of Devon Larratt, and I think he'll do it. I think he'll get there. But if that match can be put together, that's basically the end of the line. That's the alpha. There's nothing higher than those two guys going against each other to determine who the world number one is. Like, you can't even foul Levan out. He's been, 24 rounds without a single foul called on him before he went against Dave Chaffee. You have to beat the man. You cannot sneak out wins any other way. Devon Larratt's the guy. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Devon Larratt, Super Devon, versus Levan Saginashvili, number 1, drop the mic, walk away, and build the next guy that could potentially face one of them. But that's the only match left, in my opinion. So, Devon, go box, do whatever you're gonna do. But we need you back in arm wrestling. We need you back to face Levan, and that is the guy. And I don't believe there is any other version of any other arm wrestler that's going to be able to contend with Levan at this time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you to Uno 5, my new sponsor. And of course, we're fueled by Supplement King Portage the Prairie and sponsored by Western Survivor Beef Jerky, the best beef jerky on the planet. Now, switching gears just slightly, I'm going on Uncle John's show tonight. We're going to talk about Arm Wars. So 9 p.m. Central, I will be on with Uncle John. We'll be talking about Stake Kings. So if you go over to the Arm Bet site, click on staking, you'll see Uncle John's match. You'll see my match with Alex. Take advantage of that, and make sure you check out the video description for the Arm Wars merch that is available now. And not to completely change gears at all, but there's another exciting match coming up potentially in November that I think a lot of people are going to be excited about. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. See you hopefully tomorrow, but tonight on Uncle John's show.